Assalamu alaikum. I know you want to stand up behind Brother Minister. That was a very, very, very good delivery. Is my good old friend Melchizedek, high priest here? He's on his way. Hope he don't do that when the ship comes. Y'all may be seated. Thank you all for coming from the distances of your different states. And do we have any visitors here? We have a few visitors. Today I'll do like we usually do, open up the floor for questioning. In New York, usually have a few questions for me. If you don't, I won't be surprised this time. If you've been listening to my tapes, maybe you got them all answered. Will a couple of brothers come up? Just move this podium back. Thank you. If I stand in front of that flag, we got this one here. I think today I thought about what I would say to you that would be meaningful. And today, from the time that we have been operating and doing things, we should have a good idea as to what we are actually doing in the United Nations of Islam. Now, whether I'm Allah or not in your mind and in your thinking, that don't mean too much. If your parents have divorced and your children, you're still staying home with your whichever parent is still there, the mother or father, and then they get someone else to come into the home. If it's the father, he gets another woman, she comes in. It's not your mother. But she cooks good. You're mad because it ain't your mother, but the food tastes so good. The key is you're eating and you liking it. Mother didn't do it, but you like it. So we forget about whether mother did it or not. The food is good. Just eat it and look for the same at the next meal. So whether I'm Allah or not, treat it that way. If I'm providing an opportunity for you, not that I'm providing food, clothing, and shelter per se, that I'm doing it. I have provided the opportunity for you to do it and protect you where nobody can stop you. That's what's being done. Now, today I thought I'd want to speak on something I really want to speak on. And that the title of it is Do or Die. It may sound a little harsh, but it's just mathematics. Eat and live. Don't eat and starve. And you die. Well, this is greater than all of that. Because what I'm doing and who I am, since I know who I am and you don't, those of you that don't, I won't stop being me. There's nothing that you can come up with in your thinking to present to me that I'm not me. You can say, well, no, he's not Allah. Fine. As the clock keeps ticking and your need keeps advancing and it's not being met, you're living next door to a family that has everything and you have nothing. You might say, well, Brother Royall, that don't exist. Not in this country. If you live next door to a family that have everything, the whole community have certain standards. Everything got to be somewhat the same. Go to Mexico. How many of you all been to Mexico? Not New Mexico, Mexico. They have a hut right next to your $1 billion home. Little shack. And you sitting there starving. And you see these people have everything. You mean to tell me you wouldn't ask for anything? Yes, you would, because if you go there, you see them asking every day. You can't hardly get across the bridge. Whole barrage of them asking. Because they see you have. At least it looks like you have. So it's the same thing with this. What I have is for creation. What I am is the design for the new creation. I am that. None of you and those that have not attended the millions of black people out here in North America, put them all together, you don't have the design nor the plan for the new. You don't have it. And the messenger didn't have it. He could only tell you it's coming. He didn't have it. He had a message that was more profound than any other message that you had heard from any other leader, including Marcus Garvey. So, well, how's that so? Because what he did was greater. Marcus was a good brother. He wasn't the one. Now today, since Elijah has passed and we took him, he's gone, we're still here. What he brought as a message, we can see is real because we have one standing and producing what he said would take place. Nobody else is doing that. And that should ring to your thinking in a mathematical way. It should. Now, if it don't, something is wrong with you. Now, we've gotten to the point now where it has been established that this is the place if you want to live. Whether you like it or not, this is the place. You accept it and increase the foundation of it. If you don't accept it, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. However, if you come up against it, the way some of you all have been doing, even in your own thinking, are you listening? Well, if you're not, it don't mean I'm not talking. So if you're not listening, you don't hear me, you can't blame me. You all can hear me back there, right? If you're thinking in your mind that this is not the place, and you come to be curious, just to see what I'm going to say. What I'm saying is this: we've gotten to the point now, you're going to accept this or you're going to die. It's as simple as that. But maybe you don't fear death. It would be something different if you went home or you went to bed or you sat in your chair, went to sleep, just didn't wake up. It wouldn't be no reason for fear because you didn't know you were going to leave. Just left. But tell me how many people you've seen die. How many animals you've seen die from starvation? Wasn't a pretty thing, was it? It's the same thing with this. We were to get food, spiritual food, from the messenger. We got started with it. Then I was to come and make sure that your tummy was really filled up with this food. It is clear here in New York that you all are starving to death. You got some spiritual food, but we don't know where that spirit is coming from. It ain't mine. You got a lot of knowledge that you can associate with me. However, the spirit that you use is not mine. So you're dying. Matter of fact, you're dead. We say, well, that's insulting. Not as much as it is to me. If I come to give you what you need and you refuse it, you're trying to make like what I come to give is insignificant. We don't need that. And I'm looking at you dying. I'm looking, and I don't have nobody to go tell, your parents whatnot. Well, they didn't make it. At least if I have the parents to go tell, I'm talking to somebody that's alive. But your parents is already gone. I ain't got nobody to go tell. Do you all understand what's being said? So you should accept this. Now, this is what, Royall? Your version of things? I don't have a version. I give you visions. I don't have versions. If I did and gave it to you and you use it and it hurt you, like I'm being charged by so many other, it's not very many, 2 or 3 people that I broke their family up. I did this and I did that. If I recall correctly, you was broke up before I came. Now, if what I'm doing broke you up, you was never together. Think about it. If I walk by you and your wife and you're all married, and I walk by and she said, oh, I want to go with him. You said, what are you talking about? I want to be his wife. She wasn't your wife from the beginning. Am I making sense? Otherwise, I want to speak to you in a way that you know exactly what's being said. So you can't add nothing to it to come out with something stupid later on. And for anyone, and listen to this. For anyone to present me to you or our people as a black man in a way that it is against you and they don't have nothing to replace it or come equal with it, what is the duty of a Muslim? And if he failed to perform his duty, what is it? Well, he talk about death, don't he? You know, that's what the Muslims are supposed to do. You know, I have people come over and tell me, say, Father, your son did so and so and so and so and so. So I said, well, he did? Yes, sir, Father. Well, who did he do it to? So and so and so and so. I said, well, bring both of them. Because I don't want my son to come and tell me something, his version. And I don't want the person that he was supposed to have insulted come and tell me their version. So if you got both of them, you might get the truth. Right? So anyone that's bringing anything to you in my absence, and they're going to speak to me in such a way where they know I'm not going to answer, then it makes it look like, see, he ain't going to say nothing. He's scared to say anything. That's crazy. And somebody come and tell me, say, Royall, you're 4 feet tall. I said, I am. Yes, sir, you're no more than 4 feet tall. Well, how did you come to that? And what measure are you using? I'm using the regular rulers. You're 4 feet tall. I said, okay. Have a good day. However, if you never saw me, and they go tell everybody, Royall is 4 feet tall, and they do it in such conviction, you know, like they say Satan does, in firm resolution. Then when I show up 6'4", then when you get on me, I thought you said it was 4. Oh, I meant 4 inches over 6 feet. You know, they change it around, you know what I mean? But I got all this trouble trying to convince you I'm him. No, you can't be him. You're too tall. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Well, have you ever heard of anger? Vengeance? Have you all experienced it? Even vengeance? Shame on you. That's mine, isn't it? Where do you think that come from if it didn't originate with the Supreme Being? Where do you think anger originated from? You? Where did vengeance come from after anger? You thought you came up with it? Just suppose that I really am the Supreme Being, and I'm being offended constantly by the black man. I don't take in accord too much about the black woman. She's not to be responsible until you are. Now, if they can before you, fine, a feather in the cap for them. But you, black man, you that know everything, just know everything. It's pitiful. I'm staying downtown Manhattan. First, you know, I could have did that many a time. Matter of fact, I used to work downtown Manhattan, taking people back and forth. You know, I drove as a limousine driver. Oh, I know he ain't God now. Serving. So I knew all them hotels. Because I used to carry all those air policies from the airplane. I used to carry all of them there. All the different hotels I went. I knew them all. Never would stay in one. I couldn't stand it. So this time, I went, they said, well, Father, the room's already there for you and everything. I said, oh, man. Well, okay. I got there, my wife and I, I sent her first. I went someplace else. She said everything went fine with her. When we got there, I guess Satan said, well, I'm not going to make it easy for him. We'll make it tough parking. Make it look like he's a little bit backwards, getting his luggage out. You got to pay everybody just to speak to him. If you say, well, if they come and say, you got luggage? Yeah, I got luggage in the car. That'll be, you see the Jefferson? I gave him the keys to my vehicle. He gave me a little slip and everything, had to write my name on it. I looked at the slip. I said, my God. First 4 hours, $21. 24 hours, $40-something. I said, I wonder how much is the room? That kind of treatment, that's what you all want. You want that. Because I come and say, look, in my hotel, my restaurant, you ain't have to pay the part. You're not going to have to pay all this high sums of money for the food that you eat. Because we are here as givers and we give, like we give the birds. We give the snake something to eat. We give the skunk something to eat. We even give the buzzard that can't kill nothing something to eat. We give it. But you all don't want that. You don't want no Allah. And when you find out it is not you, which you already knew it wasn't, then you don't want nobody else. If it's a particular individual stands and say, I am that what you're looking for, you can't stand that. You just can't stand it because automatically means you're not. Now, we want everybody to wait until you can determine and come up with that you really are. Then we say, well, you will say, well, now we can go. That's crazy. You're going to do this or you're going to die. I'm not going after you to make you die. You're going to take that task on for yourself. That's sisters and brothers. You're going to take this on for yourself. We have the ability to purchase quite a bit of farmland. Since all of you eat, who's going to work it? 2 or 3 people. When I say farmland, I mean thousands of acres. Now, we can take a farm about 500 acres and work it with about 3 people with the right machinery. We can get some tractors and the equipment that goes with the tractors where we can do something like 100 acres a day. Is that right, Uncle Bob? But you know how much that costs? Just a tire for one. And usually that kind of equipment got 4 great big tires on it. The equipment is so big it bends in the middle. The wheels don't turn like a steering wheel. The whole thing bends. Is that right, Uncle Bob? You understand? But since you don't want to work it, you're not giving a dime to this, but you're going to want to eat. But you don't want none of this because Royall said he's Allah. Ha, ha, ha. I wouldn't have nothing to do with that. Royall is looking good. I'm eating well. I'm driving well. I live well. And I got a plan that it ain't going to stop. It's going to keep on. So you keep watching and I'm watching. You'll see me getting a little more heftier. And I'll see you have to pull your pants a little tighter. Yeah, you need to hear this, black man. You think you got something in the Nation of Islam? What have you got? You have a leader. And that's what everything is focused on, the leader. Outside of that, that's it. If we say, well, why hasn't the leader produced more than what we see? It's because those rotten officials, they're doing that. Well, I, being Allah, select, designate, or do you find where it is written that the officials was divinely appointed? Do you? I mean, I can't find it where it is written, since we do everything in the open. Until it got to me, we did it in hints and clues. So I could come and fill you in, fill in all the blanks. And I've been filling them in. I'm still doing it. So you cannot charge, if they were not divinely appointed, you can't charge them with nothing. If I fail in what I'm doing, you can't charge my wife. You can't charge my son and be accurate. You have to say the man come up here and did this and he failed. We have absolutely proof he lied. It's a dismal failure. He did it. You can't say nobody else with me. Like the messenger said. How many was with the messengers here now? That's all? Okay. Well, didn't the messenger say, if he had 40 million helpers, he's the only one that Allah held responsible. That's a whole lot of help. Only he would be held responsible. So if it's written that we gave Elijah help by the name of Aaron, we allowed him to have it. That's a divine appointment. And anything that happens or takes place under that watch, we don't go look for anybody else. And when Moses came back off the mountain, who did he go to? It was Aaron. It wasn't under the official. Oh. Do I have officials? I have ministers. But everybody come with me really is a minister. They really are. If you come and you start going before the people and speaking and talking and so on, whatnot, and you keep it up, fine. But most of the time when the ministers come and speak to us, that's just to increase the spirit or bring it back up. Because if you're not in this full time, if you're in part time, and you got the spirit today and everything, you go back out, you got to go to Bobo's job. He gonna drain you. So you come back to class and the minister, or captain, or lieutenant, whatever you're involved in, brings it back up. So it's been going like that, up, down, up, down, up, down. Unless you're with me, it's up, 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 up. That's the way it is. Now, I really would love, you want to pose? I really would love to see you, black man, eager about mastering your own future. I would love to see that. It's gotten to the point now that you all have been so slow coming that we've gotten to a place now or a point in our development where if you don't come, we're going to have a lot of things anyhow. And if we have to pay, something that you've been used to get paid for what you do, we'll do that. And when you collect your check, we don't owe you nothing else. We don't owe you nothing else. So if you go out and get hit by a car, hey, if you ain't had insurance, too bad. But those that are with me, that don't accept money for pay, but accept rewards from me, it never stops coming. A car not going to hit you. That's out. Unless you went crazy. Say, I want to commit suicide and run in the street. Well, then, that's your choice. We ain't going to kill you, let you get killed. Or you can change your mind as long as you still live it. You understand what's being said? So those of you that are in New York and around this country, whatnot, that hasn't given a dime, don't care about giving one, you're on your deathbed. You are on your deathbed with the man that seems to have everything. If you look outside, you have a few coaches. Before the end of this year is out, I want to have 2 brand new. Brand new. You got one truck outside with the products and things on it. We got trucks. I'm going to update them. And if I have to pay, and this is one thing that I do know about the black man. Once he has established in his mind that he's working with a man that really has morals about himself and won't let himself be swayed by any type of devilish activity, and I take care of you, even if I'm paying you, I make sure you got good equipment. Whatever you're doing, I make sure that you got good, and then check it to make sure you're taking care of it. After a little while, he starts to have a real great, deep appreciation. Then he'll start treating that as though it's his. But that's from the 11th or 9th tribe down. Those kind of people is on down. They don't be looking for no God or no spirit or anything of that nature. They just be looking for something to do to keep them active in what they do. However, to be able to look beyond that and see what has not been brought in and see it so confirmedly that you bring it in, or you get someone that knows how to work what they have, and then with their help, you bring it in. That's exciting. Are y'all asleep? That is exciting. You know, when you was 15, 16 years old, and she looked good to you, you was kind of hesitant about saying something. You all might not. I'm talking to ones that's my age. Because today, it is pitiful. You don't have to be ashamed by nothing. I mean, you should, but you don't. You see the girl you like, even my wife, brother, just ran up and kissed her. My God, you look pretty. Pow! Hold up. He didn't know I was a husband. Hold up. She had the back. I said, how many times you been coming here, baby? They might have planned that, you know what I mean? But the young people don't have no moral. But those, when you did used to have them, those that can remember, the chase was grand, wasn't it? Because you had to plan when you going to, when you walk around the corner at school, and just when she would come around, when you walk around, just maybe just brush up just a little bit. Hey, you had to think to do that. You had to count the steps and everything. You were using math, but you didn't call it that. It was great. And if it worked, you said, hey, and she didn't, she come back and look at you, and then smile. Oh, man. And you're going home now, you put the next thing in the next part of the plan in motion. Right? You're thinking. But if you go up to her and say, well, look, I'm interested in you. I don't want nothing to do with you. She cut you off before you finish. Ain't nothing to think about. You going off. You're dead. Thought has been killed. No reason to think. Well, look at it this way with this. If I'm the new God that the messenger and the message predict that would come, not come back. The messenger didn't say after me comes God. And if it pleases him, I will be back with him, or I will come back with him. I don't think the word back is in it, is it? But we're so smart, we overlook all those things. Master Prophet Muhammad is coming back. He is? Where did you get that from? The messenger said so. Show it to me. And they'll go get that state. That's where he said right here. Well, where's back? Well, you know what I mean, brother. It ain't you. You're dead. You're dead. Now you got to go back and talk to that girl that you never wanted, who was trying to get away from. Every time you turn around, you're looking at the one you're trying to get, you turn around, she messing you up. You done told her, look, leave me alone. You're always thinking back, so that means you can't get nothing done. There's nothing that will inspire you. Right? We got some people leaving, let them leave. This is the type of thinking that you must think. You got to think this way. If you have all this type of thinking that you all have, well, God is way up here. And he's so lofty. And man can never be God. That's what most sisters really hung upon. God can't be no man. That's because you can't be one. I don't care how long you live. You will never, ever be God. Impossible. We are. And as long as you keep thinking that way, then when God comes before you, you're always insulting him by showing him how dumb you are and how persistent that you are to remain dumb. You see? So I'm telling you what I would like for you to know today. You're going to do it or you're going to die. Death is my friend. Death is my friend. Everything that I don't want and shouldn't be with me, death takes it away. Let it start all over again. Am I making sense? So when I see brothers come to the meeting and we're 15, 20 minutes into the meeting, they get up and leave, I have to wonder, or shall I say I think, are they disciples? Or did they have, or am I so great in their thinking just to come and see me for 5 or 10 minutes? They got to go to the job, or maybe they got called to the hospital or something like that. Usually that's not the case. But why would you do something like that? Why? If you had something greater than what I have, offer it to me and allow me to say yes or no. If you don't have anything as great as I do, and you come in my presence, and you just up and leave, no, it's, just right while we, just like, your mother or somebody cooking your food, she ain't finished cooking it, you're going to go in the pot and start dipping it out. You might get a backhand. Where's it? And so since I'm talking this way, it looks like, well, this can't be God. He's just using plain old logic. You don't let me use nothing else. If you were wise enough, we can get into some showing up. You're going to die. You're going to die. That don't sound good, does it? Well, if you're with me, no problem. Now, we have a whole continent of our people that's already dead. They're walking around dead. And matter of fact, they're crying out for us to come and save them. It's called Africa. And you and I, if you're really with me, we must meet the challenge. And to show you how giving I am, I will allow everyone that really wants to be like me the opportunity to do that. You got a whole people to work with. To do what I've done with you, do with them. And if you're truly with me, you should be happy. And if you are, that makes me happy. And if you do that with them and make them happy, you're going to be happy. Because what you have done is genuine. It is not offensive. It's in accord with the nature. It agrees with the time. So there's no greater reward than to see their pleasure from what you have done. That country has quite a bit of wealth. And for those of you that have not heard this, we've been working with them now for some time. And just to get a grain of salt from that country with our people. Now, we can get it from white folks in Africa. No problem at all. Whatever we want, if we went to white folks, we get it like that. You go to your brother, if you're going to get a grain of salt, you're going to sweat, partner. You're going to do some showing up sweat. They don't trust us, and what they do is not trustworthy. It's all about the Benjamin, so the brother said. Not about you. So if you can be successful in that, since they got the wealth there, but they don't have it where they can use it for them. I hope you're listening. The wealth is not there where they can use it for themselves. If it's not being done through white folks. If you come up with a pound of gold and they come up with it and it go through white folks, they may get maybe about 5 ounces for their own self. Rest of it, white folks got. You don't believe that, do you? Well, we walked in. They said, well, we got 50 pounds of gold. Can you do anything with it? We say, yeah. We'll take 5 pounds and give you 45. What? Oh, yes, sir. Let's go to work. And we went to work. And white folks stepped in and said, hold up. 9/11 comes. Did we hear you say United Nation of Islam? We was opening up a bank account, getting everything set up. We went to take the money to open the bank account, and the people said, oh, we can't allow you to open no account here. This is in Africa. Black country. In Africa. We wasn't in Europe. In Africa. But Africans don't have no bank. So we in Africa with the white bank. Did we hear you say Islam? Oh, yes. So, here it comes. Now, I better be God. I had just better be. So we went with it for a while, back and forth. I told our brother Abbas, I said, look, do it this way. I can tell you how I told him. I said, do it this way. Let's exclude them until they ask for us. Now do it this way. He started doing it. Then they came and said, do you all still want to open this account? We said, yeah, we still need an account. You got the language? We still need an account. However, we've been talking to some other people, and we are considering our options. Then they start showing us all of the advantages with them. You see? Then the State Department got it. The embassy. Well, we can't find anything they're doing wrong, but watch them. Watch them. But I've been saying all along, hey, watch me. You need to watch me. And I've been saying that. So when they say watch him, I say, hey, they finally caught on. But the poor dumb black man, I'd much rather we do what we're going to do here from you. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That's pitiful. You ain't going to find nobody on the planet that's got more knowledge about Allah than me. Since I'm him. Now, whatever this devil has come up with and how he's done things, I don't chase that. You might come and tell me some things I say, well, I don't know about that because it's not natural. Anything that's natural, I can tell you about it from its essence. But you don't want that. You want to die. Isn't that something? This little room, at least it's full. I thank you for that. You know, black man, I would like for you to experience what I do. It's hard for me to be disappointed. Hard. Because I look and see what's going to happen before it happens. So if you see me disappointed, it's at the time when I'm looking in the future, not when it actually happens. I'll say it again. If you see me disappointed, it's when I'm looking at something that has not happened. If I see it and I'm disappointed and it happens anyhow, hey, I've gotten over it. Because I don't put another plan in motion. This making sense? I would like for you to be that way. I would like for you to be that way. However, you're not going to be that way unless you come into the system I have set up. You know, I try to speak on things where everybody can relate to instantly. Not where you have to go home and think about it, and then Satan talk to you while you're on the way home. And by the time you get home, you can't remember what I said. Because he's been twisted it up. You know, at a time when I was with the king, And I was getting ready to get started. And I was by myself, just me. So he went and got a house and everything to house me and his family. So I was there for some time. I said, well, I don't have a wife. As a matter of fact, I ain't interested in none. So he says, well, don't worry about it. That's going to happen. I said, okay. I'm looking at him and his wife. That's what a man's supposed to have. A wife. Is that right? Especially if he's a man. So when the first wife came, listen, when the first wife came, so don't go ahead and say, well, Roy went after his wife. When the first wife came, and I start to introduce her to me. If I say the plan, that is me. Right? So I started introducing me. So I said, well, you just number one. What? Matter of fact, when she came with her boyfriend. That's right. King can bear witness to that. She came with her boyfriend, sat down on the couch and everything. They was having a good night, just laughing. I told him, I said, well, you got my wife. He fell out. He just cracked up. I laughed too. The point I'm getting to is this. I told him straight up from the beginning, you one. That's going to be 2, 3, 4. By year 2000, it's going to be 10. At the time, he had none. I said, yeah, by 2000, it's going to be 10. Now, when the one came, and then the second one came, that gave me insurance. Don't feel bad. They're all real happy. They're not like, oh my God, they was at first. I can do everything. You don't need nobody else. That was their plan. That wasn't mine. You see? I said, oh, you think you do everything? Yes, sir. Okay. But Father, I don't know. I said, I know you did. That's why the other one's coming. And for that, they became very good friends. And they started to see better and better. Because they wasn't looking at me, the person. They was looking at what was being produced in the way of what must be done for the salvation or the good living of the black man. May I say something? And y'all ain't you're not gonna be offended? How you know that? You should say, I don't know. Made me forget what I was gonna say. I would venture to say that those that are with me, they enjoy me bodily. The real enjoyment comes from here. I don't ever leave them or allow them to be bored. Never bored. And you'd be surprised, as long as you think, well, that's my husband, that's my husband. You stepping out of your place. That's my man. And you are his wife. You ain't listening to what I'm saying. Allah made man for himself. Is that right? He didn't want to be lonely no more, so he made a man for him. For him. Right? He ain't making for her. He made it for him. Is that right? So when I come and talk to you, how come you say, no, Father, I don't want nothing to do with that? What I made for me constantly denies me. Because you're constantly looking at what I made for you. And they tell you, look, leave that man alone. He's crazy. He breaks up families. He'll rob you and steal your money. And you go along with it. You're supposed to be my man. And where are you going to get the knowledge from? The man that's got many. Me. Now, make sure that this is emphasized. If you have no knowledge and you go get more than one, you're going to find that you ain't got none. If you go get more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and they stick together, and the harmony is there, you got some knowledge. And I mean, let it go for 10, 15, 20 years. And they look better then at 20 years than when you got them the first time or when they came. Age don't show on them. Even if the gray starts to come in a strand at a time, it look good. You say, man, you look good, babe. That's knowledge. But no. What kind of knowledge do you want from Allah, black man? You would rather me come up and say, well, I'm just a prophet. I'm just a minister. Like I walked down the street this morning. I forgot my ballet bag and left it in the car because I thought somebody else took it out. Oh, he's God and he forgot his bag. Please. I'm just showing you how dumb you are. If I got somebody with me and they say, well, I'll do so and so and so, and we agree on it, well, then that's what I expect. I'm not checking them to see if they did it. This is really, really important. If it's something of that simple, of that nature, you don't check on it. You take a word this way. When I went to go get it, it wasn't there. So how am I to retrieve this? So we called the man and said, look, I got to go back in my vehicle and get something out of it. Not take the vehicle. Because that's another $20-some. They said, well, Mr. Jenkins, come on down and we'll give you a slip and we'll tell you where to go, where we parked it. And you can go get what you got. That'll be it. So I did just that. Had to walk back 4 or 5 blocks. And when I got there, I said, look at this. They're charging all this money to park your vehicle. But what they're doing, they're going to the parking lots and parking it and paying them half of what you pay. So you're paying the parking lot and paying them like it's like you paying double. So I walked in and I seen the prices. I said, man, I should have brought the vehicle here myself. And it don't mean I can't pay it. However, it's not math. So anyhow, I'm walking on back. I stopped. I see a bagel shop. They got all these things in it. When I said, let me go in here and look and see what's in here. I walked in and looked. I bought me a bran muffin. So I go back and have some tea and eat the bran muffin. I walked out of the store, walked down, and brother walked up to me and said, Royall? I said, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, brother. I heard you was coming to town. Real soon. I said, well, I'm here today. You speaking today? I said, yes, sir. I'm on Mr. Bobo's job. I'm on the clock. I said, well, get the tape. He said, oh, yeah, okay. What I'm saying is, they know me. I thought I was just walking, and if the brother's crazy, he may go and say, well, look, I saw that Solomon. He's walking up the street like anybody else. I mean, God don't do that. And that's if he's crazy. Well, I got 2 feet. And is not Allah singular? Does that mean independent? So if you see me by myself, am I in order? Anytime you see me by myself, I'm in order. You might say, well, Father, you need to be protected. Really? I didn't know that. Who's going to protect me? I will, Father. Okay, Allah. In other words, I have to experience what I am. If I'm freedom, I got to experience it. And don't the book reads, fear not. Don't be dismayed. Be of great courage. They say great courage. Great courage. I just be me. Most people come up and think that, they're going to do some kind of battle with me. They come with that rough mode. I'm so smooth with it. They had to come out of it. And get into another one. And when they get into one I'm in, it ain't no fight in that one. They say, look, brother, just have a good day. However, if you don't think that way, black man, about the one that is actually here for you, I'm not here for me. I'm not here for me. There's nothing you can give me that will make me be any better than what I am or any less. The only thing that you can give is your submission that will justify me being here or cause me to be happy about what I'm doing. But if you don't do it, my word was to the original Allah. I will do thus and so. And he made me prove it, and I proved it to him. He said, well, hey, go to it. Now, you going to catch hell. I said, well, I understand that because I'm looking at where I'm going. That's right, I did. I looked at where I was going. I said, boy, I don't even want to describe it to you. It might make you upchuck. That's what you look like. I said, well, I gave my word, so I shall go. So what I'll do, I'll take out some of these brain cells, so it won't hurt so bad while I'm in it. And every day I put one cell back in. Start coming back up. Do you all understand what I'm saying? It's very simple what I'm saying. I'm saying that you all should be wise enough by now to know that you know that you know I, as being Royall, have nothing in my being that's against your rise. And I have nothing in my being to feel like I got to come and take from you to give me. That's not so. That's why my wife tries her best to find something that will make me say, man, yeah! That's a difficult task. Nothing here excites me. I mean, she does occasionally. I'd be excited. Boy, she looks good. Some good pancakes. Yeah, like this. You understand what's being said? If you catch the mailman hauling a lumber truck with lumber on it, he's the mailman. That's out of place, isn't it? If you find him delivering the mail, he's in place, right? There's nothing to be alarmed about. You accept that. It's like, that's natural. Well, if you find me being crazy, then you should be alarmed. If you find me being the supreme being and teaching you what the supreme being really is and what he does, you should be happy. Because everything that I make real is for you. Everything that I make real is for you. I've almost, and almost don't count, gone ahead of myself. I have so many opportunities lined up for you to participate in, for you to make things come out of your mind and invent things. We have an automobile that runs on water. We want to get a production line for it. We got many things like that. You don't have to pay for the water. And if somebody's going to charge you for it, this is what you do. If you can make a fire, and then the temperature that you got it at, bring it down real quick, you'll get some water. Now, I don't know how you're going to make the fire. You might have to pay for that. You see what I'm saying? There's a way to do everything that is in accord with nature. You don't have to pay for it. It's there to serve you. And like I was telling my wife, do I talk about them too much? Well, that's the only thing I own, so I talk about them. You know what I mean? I don't own the knowledge. I am that. But I do own them. I don't own I made you for me, but I don't own you. Anyhow, there's one thing about water that I was speaking to them about that is has its own unique properties about it. You all remember me telling you about when I make the perfect woman, or she's made, and when we can tell whether she's perfect or not and clean, she'd have to sip from the Mississippi. And whichever one was clean or not clean
If she was clean and the water wasn't, she's going to tell on the water. If the water is clean and she's not, the water going to tell on her. Only means, man, we got something else to do. Now, if she sips from it and everything is cool, everything is balanced, then we got clean water and a clean woman. Now, we ain't got the clean water yet, but I got the woman right next to me. So I'm constantly keeping her clean and in the process of cleaning her even more. And water is a property that from its conception looked new, and it still looks new. Are y'all asleep? If the water is clean, you will buy that bottled water. It looks the same way when it was first made, trillions of years ago. You didn't think of it like that, did you? So it lets you know that there is something that can be stable and always look new. Always. It don't show age. There's no such thing as age with that. And to keep you halfway looking new, you got to drink it. Is that right? You can go without eating for a while, but you mess around and leave that water alone. They say, well, he's dehydrated. He's gone from here. Am I telling the truth? Well, I hope you all got something from these few words I spoke with you. Come all the way up here just to hear this. But that's what I had to say. I'm not going too much into what we're doing in Africa. However, the potential is staggering. And we're already participating in it in a way where we can't, you do something where so long that you can't turn around, even though you don't even like it. You got to the altar now, and the preacher said, well, do you take her for your lawful wedded wife, blah, 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 blah. And, you don't got everybody to the wedding. Now you look at it and say, man, I don't think so. You done went past the point of no return. You got to say, yeah, now, because you might get killed. So the same thing with it. We done gone to the point of no return now. The investments that the members has made to make sure that this is a success, we can't turn it around. We can't say, well, man, look, hey, that's just too hard. We got to just leave that alone. It's too much has been invested in it for us to say, well, no, we'll just let it go. We said, no, it's hard. We going to make it. Yes, sir. Brother Boss called me I'm going to say the last, we were dealing with the gold and whatnot, and he went and put it into, because we got it ourselves in our own hands. Seemed like every time we tried to get it, the people that did have it always came up missing, or something always happened. I said, well, man, I know Satan is good, but he ain't that good. Just every time something happens, they go, I better step in here and check this out. So they got together, him and the miners association. They fixed up something. We got the gold. We took it from the people, we got it. With their permission. With a little persuasion, mathematical persuasion. So we got it. Now what we're going to do with it? So now we got to get a bank, a vault, and so forth, whatnot, and lock it up. So we took it out of the containers they had it in. They went and, boss went and made some containers, put your gold in. Anyhow, to get to the point, got right to the time where it's supposed to come to where it yields off. We can't find the gold. We checked, say, well, it left on time. Yep. Well, the people that's supposed to receive it, we can't find them. No contact. So boss called me frantic. Father, I'm about to hurt somebody. This is just going too far. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. He said, well, I'm calling you from the police station. I said, what? I hope he ain't locked up. Because we ain't put too much on the card. They lock you up over that if you don't pay. And they run your card through the thing and it comes up insufficient. And if you don't come up with the money, you go to the who's cow then. You don't sign no promissory note. He started talking to the police chief there. And come to find out the police chief is a spiritualist in his community. He started telling him what we're doing. First thing the police chief said, hey, look, forget them people. Come here. We will get you your home, your housing. get your car, whatever you need, set up everything you need. And I'm the police chief. I'll make sure everything turns out right. We need you here. And when you have to leave and go someplace, whatnot, we will make sure everything stays intact the way you left it. And when you come back, we'll let the service know that the master is on the way back. You know, we ain't masters, but you know. So they're looking for you, black man. They're looking for you. They're looking for you. The sign just came and showed me, bam, right in my face, Aisha. I said, what is this? They said, that's yours. I ain't ready for that. I said, they might be saying, you're a little upstart. So I kind of took it back. And then she showed up. But after that, because I was ready to go. So they're like saying, you ain't going no place until you take what belongs to you. They didn't say we're giving it to you. They said, I said, what is that? They said, that belongs to you. But I'm ready to go. I'm thinking my mind ready to go. Chicago, get things started, help the minister. So now I can't go. I ain't never seen it. Don't even know what to look for. So I didn't look for it. I just kept looking. Not for her, just kept looking. I saw her. Oh, there she is. Well, everything is laid out. I'll say that. I don't want to say too much. Everything is for you, black man. That was for me. I got it. I'm for you. You keep rejecting it. But I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. The doors are being locked behind me. That I used to do, I'm not doing no more. You call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you better be on your deathbed. Because I ain't answering. Used to be whatever. I wake up, the phone get ready to ring. Ring. Father, yes. I have an ingrown toenail. It's getting ready to hurt me. What should I do? I said, well, they asked me a question, I just answered. I said, if it was me, I'd cut it. Oh, thank you, Father. And just by the time I get to sleep and really get ready to get into it, ring. Yes. Father, yes. What did you tell my wife to do? Y'all think that didn't happen, did you? That happened. That happened. Now, I told the wife. She must couldn't convince her husband, but he didn't wait until, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the day. He called me 20 minutes later. See, she telling the truth. By then, it's 3:30. Something up early in the morning. Man, I messed it up, didn't I? Hey, somebody did that. They get mad. They messed up my arrangement. That's what a lot does. I respect that. That's good. But y'all were looking for that way. You thought I was going to come talk about white folks. If I don't talk about white folks, then I can't really be a lot. We done did that. Elijah done that. He spoke about white folks, told us who they are, how they got made, and everything else. So what else are we going to say? He ain't got no power over us. So I don't talk about white folks. I talk about you and me. We got to do it or die. All right, if anybody got any questions for me, I'll entertain the questions. You come to the mic. We'll go through your questions that you have. Got any questions? You got one? Yes, sir. First, did you all understand what I was trying to get across to you? All right, well, we'll take the questions now. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Father. I wanted to ask you, would you protect me at this time? I done got myself involved in some situations, and it's right now, it's at the time where I allow Satan to get the best of me. And, I'm with you, and I really want to be a part of the nation full time. I know situations that took place, but I really do want that, Father. And I don't want to go back.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
You're Brother Amin, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, when people write a will, they put in there, you know, they say what they want, whatnot, and I am of sound mind. You know, they do that, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you of sound mind?
Yes, sir.
But what you asking me, if you really are of sound mind, you already got it. If there's a trick involved, then you can get it. If you're honest like you say you're honest, you ask it, you got it.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't understand what that means, it means you go to court, I'm going with you. When the judge speaks, I'm speaking to you. If you speak, I'm speaking through you.
Yes, sir.
When you walk, we walk.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to see which way you walk when you walk.
Yes, sir.
There's a way coming to me and a way going from me.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So don't worry about it. Don't worry it. And the only reason why that you would worry to that degree is that someone in your mind of high authority has promised to do something to you that you're not in agreement with. You're speaking to the highest authority.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right?
I have one more question, Father.
Yes,
It's in reference to my family. You know, like I said, situation took place. Do you see us coming back together in
Yes, sir.
in the future?
Yes, sir. She's waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
But she's waiting for you, not waiting for that thing that jumped up.
Yes, sir.
And all of y'all have to realize this, brother. All of you have to realize this. Whenever you decide in your mind, you make your mind up that you really going to be with this, Satan jumps on you with everything he got. If you married and just got married, your old girlfriend that you were really in love with pops up. And vice versa. Something that caused you to pause.
Yes, sir.
Something that caused you to doubt for a second. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She has been, and as far as I know, she's been very, very orderly. Very, very respectful. So I haven't heard her talking about nobody else. She didn't ask for nobody else. You got a beautiful son. I think it's a son, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You got a beautiful son. So she's, whenever you're ready, I just wouldn't wait forever.
I'm trying to run as fast as I can, Father.
All right.
Yes, sir. May I share one more?
One.
Yes, sir. It's just been real rough, right? You know, been real rough for me. Like I said, that's exactly what happened when I made up my mind. Satan just jumped on me. I mean, it surprised me. How much Satan,
Yes,
came at me at that time.
Yes, sir.
Himself outside. I just want you forgive me for not coming when it was shared, and I'm just ready, and I want to come. You know what I'm saying? I want to be there.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I got it. You hear that, brothers? He want to come. Means that there's a place. He can't come to space. But that's all around it. If we had not developed a place, the language would be wrong. He said he wants to come. So no problem, brother. If you stick with it, you won't have no problem. Yes, sir. Walaikum salam.
Father,
Hold the mic up.
Yes, sir. One thing that I would like to share while I'm here today is to see if I can get some feedback from you since I'm in your presence today. I think this is the third time I've been in your presence. But the first time that I shared this idea with someone else outside of like my family members and my friends and so forth.
Yes, sir.
My friends seem to tend to, they're falling off out of my life for some reason. So in my mind, it's telling me, is this something wrong that I'm doing, or was this really what you say it is? Because I'm getting negative reactions from everything outside of
Well,
this.
look at it this way. Everybody that's not with this is doing wrong. And most everybody that is with this is tipping on the borders of wrong. So if everybody's doing wrong, you're going to have people always with you. When you start to shed off the wrong, and if they're not going to come with you, they start shedding off. So the more it's shut off, the more it's proven that you're doing what's right. And that is a blessing from nature. It's much like a snake. When he goes through, wintertime, he can't get around too good or whatnot. So, death kind of comes over him, but he don't die. Then when the right temperature comes back and he starts to come back alive again, his skin is dead. His eyes is all glossed over. He can't hardly see. He got to get it off, and so he go up and get something that's rough. Like the brother say, brother, father had it rough. He's getting that skin off him. When he comes out, he's a snake, but he's shining. He's clean looking. He can see you. Good meal. So, yes, sir. That's the way you should look at it. It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's because you're doing something right. And they have made their mind up to be with you. Because it looks like the world, to be in favor with them, you got to do wrong. Just try to control it. But wrong is the order. Stick with me, brother. Stick with me. Stick with me. If you don't stick with me personally in what I'm doing, whatever you have, you send to this. Multiply it. Magnify it. For surely, Allah, I am praised and magnified in thy midst. In other words, you're right with me. And I'm praised and magnified right in your midst. Not I'm off somewhere spooky. You can never see me, only hope hard. Wish deep. Think precious. That's where God is. You ain't never going to find him there. And he said he'll be right in your midst. And but from being in your midst, what you do is going to magnify. I am like a drop of intelligent sperm. You can't see me unless you partake of me. And then when you really see me, I magnify. Magnify. So when they look, they say, hey, these are the children of God. I can't get to God, but I just talked to one of them. The way they look, they must know what God knows. I magnify. You got it?
Yes, sir. I had another
Yes,
two
sir.
quick ones.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask one for the brother here that came out today for the first time.
Yes, sir.
I was sharing with him about there are some people in our midst that know who you are. And I was sharing with him that maybe the Pope of Rome may know, and I was sharing with him some people that may know who you are. And he asked me, how is it that they know? And I didn't have an answer for him.
They're God. They're the God of evil. They're the God of this world. And being the God of this world, nothing steps in it they don't know it. If it did, they're not God. They're not God. The only thing that we can say, well, man, they ain't found Bin Laden. Anybody else they find? Yes, sir. Those that are really God know exactly who I am. And they don't come to bother me, especially out where people can see it. They may deal from the shadows. Like they say, well, look, they're dealing with the gold. Let's put some stumbling blocks there. Not really try to deny God, but let's see if they're really real. If they're real, they'll go through that like we had to go through it. We was real uppity to our parents over in England, and they gave us the boot, kicked us out. We came over here in this North America and had rattlesnakes, sinkholes, mosquitoes as big as horse carts. And the Indians, they did all that to make a mic. All of that got in his face. Now, we just going to say, yeah, we knew he alive, so we just bow and say, okay, you can have it. You made us suffer. We're going to say we're making you suffer. We're going to watch you. We just ain't going to just get to you. So do like you said, take it. And I say, well, I don't take that as an offense because you're repeating what I said. They say, look, all of y'all stand back. You just support the base. I'll take this without hands. What I'm saying is a lot in it. I may be comical when I'm saying they're humorous. It's true. They come and say, well, look, you're going to have to take this. Well, you ain't said nothing. You're repeating me. I said, look, the kingdom will be taken without hands. And you can't do it. Only I. And I just love it. And what makes me really love to do it, other than keeping my word, is that you come and benefit from it. I can literally see you benefiting from it. And it makes me feel, hey, I might even step it up a little bit. If I don't, I might give you a little more just to show you how much I appreciate you accepting your own. You see? It's much like, and I'm going to say this real quick, you guys. It's much like, you have your son, and you want your son next to you, any brother that's a brother. He wants his son next to him. Especially if he's no more than about 18, 19 years old. He hasn't really gone out into life yet to make any impression in life. So he's with his dad and they're learning how to do that. So his son is with him. So he tells him, say, son, take my robes. You can cruise with it. Now be in the house at 11. Be in the house at 11 o'clock at night. He get in 11:15. So did you enjoy yourself, son? Oh, yes, sir, Bob. When everything turned out, better than what you thought, so you made it home early? Oh, no, sir. I was having a good time. However, I gave my word. So I'm home. Dad said, oh, boy. That's my boy there, yeah. You know what I mean? It makes him feel good. Because his son done something on his own. He didn't do it because his dad said do it. He did it because he had his own mark. He seen the value in it. So behind that, then I said, look, son, hey, I don't have no right to tell you when to be home. What I see you doing, what you doing to dictate when you come home. So do it, son, do it. You see? So if he come home at 2 o'clock, I'm not even asking nothing, especially if he looking good. He come home beat up at 2 o'clock. Oh, whoa. What happened here? He had to tell me something good. Keep me from putting my clothes on. Because I'm going to get whoever did it. You see? Hey, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Yes, sir, brother. I don't mean to keep you standing.
I got two brief ones, and I'll ask them, and I'm going to sit down and
yes, sir.
Answer.
I'll answer real brief.
Yes, sir. One of them is, when I listen to your tapes and I listen to you, and you speak about the scientists when they come to visit you, and they taking you around the universe and showed you and taught you a little bit of everything. The perception that I get is that they seem to have more power than you do. They seem to be able to dictate to you, well, this is what you're going to do, this is yours, and this is, why is that? And the last question is that, and I'll make it very brief, sometime in the later part of 1930, there was a Caucasian drunk. His name was Bill W., and he was not able to shake alcoholism. And somewhere in 1939 or something, there was a revelation of 12 spiritual steps that was revealed to him that allowed him to break himself from the boundaries of alcoholism and allowed him to get clean and allowed thousands and thousands of more people to get clean through those 12 spiritual steps. And then after all, it was transformed over into also narcotics. So I was wondering if you were the author of those 12 spiritual steps, and if not, then if you knew who actually revealed those 12 spiritual steps to that individual.
Well, it wasn't me. I didn't reveal nothing of the kind to him. Satan doesn't love revealing to you. And to reveal that to a Caucasian, that's taking away his spirit. He don't have mine, so he make his. So I wouldn't do that. That's probably Satan. That's another way. And if you go to repeat him, I'm quite sure you got to pay. You will have to pay. Now, as far as the scientists taking me around the universe and showing me and giving me a little knowledge, see, now he said, teach you. See how you have to pay attention? Giving me a little knowledge of everything. I never did say they taught me nothing. However, this is the principle. I'm a truck driver, and a damn good one. But I don't have no route. So now I go to work for some people that has a lot of routes and no trucks. So they tell me, Royall, I understand that you're a good truck driver, sir. Let me see your record. There it is. Well, we would like for you to work for us. Okay. Now, your run is going to be from here to Long Island all the way up to Riverhead. And you're going to have about 50 stops a day. 50 stops. Okay, I can do it. You might say, well, the brother that gave me all of the stops, or the company, that they taught me something. They didn't teach me nothing. I'm the master operator of that machine. Master. Only thing they did was give me an opportunity to use it. So now I'm being shown many, many things because I purposely, before coming into this particular body, took knowledge from me and put it someplace else, reserved it. Just so I could come in this filth that I saw and start bringing you up. Now, I didn't take everybody with me. The scientists that was no need for them to go. I gave them explicit instruction. When so-and-so happened, you do so-and-so. And don't worry about whether I'm cognizant of it or not, or I'm aware of it. I'm telling you now, we're putting it in right now. So when so-and-so happened, you come and do so-and-so and so. You see? So they're following my instruction. You're speaking about Allah himself. We're not speaking about somebody that is trying to make this up as they go. If it's a plan, you can't have no plan making it up as it. There ain't no plan. The plan, so it's like I described before. You know, we got a long train. I'm up in the engine. I got the thing going and whatnot. I got it on automatic pilot control. Then I walk to the back from the caboose and start working with everybody from the caboose all the way back up to the engine. Now, while I'm back there in the caboose, I'm halfway, and I'm talking about. They ask me, well, who's running the train? I said, don't worry about it. I got that. They don't believe it because I'm back there talking with them. So they say, oh, this man's crazy. You know, the train's going 100 miles an hour. He told me, yeah, don't even pay him no mind. But they don't know. I'm working the train. Before it took off, I'm the one that got it started. Then went back to start the work with you. In other words, like I said, I gave up something to come get you. Now, if there ain't but one that's going to make it with me, I didn't fail. He's called the King. See? And this foolishness that mother's, Maureen, her mother, saying that I said she would never leave me, I ain't never said that. She has many times. I'll never leave you, Father. I'm with you, Father. I'll always be with you. Okay. I'm not going to say you lying, but I'm going to live and see if your word lives. Don't nobody talk to you like this but Allah. Because I'm talking nature. I'm talking to you and your nature. I'm not talking some reverend stuff or Christianity or religion. You got it? In other words, the scientists are not wiser than me, nor have they taught me. They have been something like babysitters while I'm doing something that they would not do. If they were going to do what I'm doing, they would have to lessen themselves, like say, come down on your level to bring you up. And they said before they do that, they say, kill all of them. Kill them. I said, hold it, I'll go. I'm the man, I'll go. Now, while I'm gone, this is what I expect of you. I expect you to do thus and so. And when they seen the plan, it was so thorough and so complete and so infallible. They said, hey, whatever, we got your back. Matter of fact, I'm writing it in the book. Don't even worry about nothing. We got your back. You're the only man. We got your back. They didn't tell Elijah. They didn't tell David. They told Solomon. And that was just a protege of me, not the real one. The one that was bestowed to David is me. That's Solomon. And that's the one they're talking about. David prepared for this one. He got the gold, the diamonds, and the myrrh, and the cedar, everything prepared for this son, Solomon, to build the house of the Lord, which he would not build or couldn't build. He wasn't clean enough. He was a sacrificial lamb. They needed a clean lamb, brand new lamb. Me. That got you? Understand? If you don't, write me. Yes, sir. Walaikum salam.
Love you so much.
Hey.
Love you so much, Bob.
Me too.
Yes, sir. Well, praises to you, Father.
Yes.
You know, I love you so much. It's just my question to you, Father, is basically, I'm ready to submit entirely to the idea, and um, I can't do it like it's written, like you said. Hell is not a place; it's a condition. And in the condition that I am, I need to ask you: could you take me out of the condition of this system and put me in a system that is made for my nature, which you have produced as the United Nations of Islam?
Well, yes, sir. You know, see the secretary sitting right behind you, the arm crossed. You know, he's writing it on official paper as you speak.
Yes, sir.
Now, what will determine whether you can make it or not is your willingness to actually be submissive. You know, just for the fact, and now this is a lot talking. Now, look how I see things. Just for the fact that he was speaking out of his nature and he could not find the words to describe what his nature was saying. So that let you know he don't know how to be free. So I'm asking him, if he comes, are you going to be willing to be taught how to be free? If you're going to be willing, the key is be submissive. If you're not going to be submissive, secretary is known as the dreaded secretary. He writes you up, turn the facts in. And I look at the facts and say, oh, the brother loved me so much too. Now he got to go. You don't think like that, would you? The brother's speaking from his heart. He couldn't hardly say anything because it was his nature. And this language we speak does not speak to our nature. It's as difficult as hell. And hell is more than just a condition now. It's a place. Look like it's here in New York. We do know it's the United States, but the pit of it look like it's here. And it kind of fits to it. Because the root of all evil is what? Is what? And what's this state known for? And this city? Is Wall Street here? So I might be in the pit of hell. And it most certainly is a place that has created a condition that bear witness that this is the place. Right? Yes, sir. That's the way I think. So I'm coming down here in the pit of hell. I'm going to train you. That's how strong right is. That's how strong it is. Steps in the middle of it, like John Wayne. I'm just being humorous. However, it's true. It's true. When I step forward, the scientists didn't come and help me do anything. And even, well, they helped do some things, what they were commissioned to do. However, the real thing is like going to someone and actually speaking to them where they understand and was willing to accept what they heard. To get started, that was very, very, very few. Even my brother, Uncle Bob, I talked to him, he would listen. He said, it sounds good, but Roy. A couple of times he cried. He said, you're such a beautiful brother. I don't see that. There he is. See? So when I got started off, it wasn't like, oh, he's here, we just love him. Oh, no. Wallace was standing on the roster and speaking, and each and every challenge, I got up, walked up on the roster. Everybody in there knew me. This is in Chicago, what is called now Mos Mariam. It was on the third or fourth Sunday in December, just before January came in. I'm sitting on the floor like everybody else with a long red tie on, with it written across like you see on my sleeve, Royall. And he said about the devil, Satan has just walked in. I said, well, if I'm Satan, we're going to have it today. He kept inviting me up. So I got up and went up there. I don't know what happened. The man evaporated. He just evaporated. Right then I knew, oh, I ain't supposed to do this. Brother jumped up behind me, the policeman, ran up there. What are you doing? Grabbed me in the collar and everything, grabbed me by the tie. I said, oh, another mistake I made. That's why Elijah said, don't wear no string ties. So, I submitted and went on with it. The key is I submitted. And that halfway killed the anger that was in him. He went on to the back door, carried me in the back door. When the door closed, I said, now I can be me. I mean, I didn't want to act like a savage before everybody. The place was full. And nobody moved because it was me. Even the Supreme Captain, which we questioned now, he was sitting there. He said, well, not Royall. I've had a lot of brothers tell me, well, man, we didn't know whether to come and help you or what. You know, not you, man. They couldn't do nothing to you. You ain't that kind of brother. And he broke through there and the door was closing. We had a good time. Straightened my tie back up. Said, you want to do it again? Yes, sir, brother.
Question, Father.
Yes, sir.
When you came to Durham, North Carolina, I'm the brother that hugged you when you was in your truck and told you, I know you, how I know you was the guy and that I love you. And you told me that it's a great man. And it's been bothering me. I've been trying to figure that part out ever since. So I wanted to ask you, what did you mean by that?
Well, you have what it takes, like a lot of other brothers have, to be, once you are confirmed with something, you have the ability to produce the will to make it so. To see something and don't make it so. You know, even if you offend someone and you really want to apologize, but some men just won't let you, that means your will wasn't strong enough. You know, if you're not personally, you offend somebody and you walk up and say, I truly am sorry for what I did. I asked Allah to forgive me, and I'm asking you now. Would you forgive me? I don't know what happened. You'll be surprised how many people can't do that. You won't have no problem. Great man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. I'm gonna try to speed it up. Yes, sir.
I'm like, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Sometimes when we're alone and we think we're asking you a question in our head, sometimes we get an answer. And I wanted to know how do we discern whether that answer came from Satan, you, or ourselves?
Well, if it's from me, it brings peace, especially if you ask it in honesty. If you asked it to get some knowledge on how to be a better trickster, Satan will answer you. If you ask the question and the question is really genuine, that's going to improve you, then we answer. And you can tell because it automatically brings peace to you. You like, oh, you don't see anybody, you almost want to say thanks. Sometimes you say, oh, thank you. Then if you want to put the face to it, you say, thank you, Father. Because you know me as being the one that says that I really am Allah. And what I do says it also. So when the question is answered, if it brings peace, we answer. If there's a slight bit confusion there, we have nothing to do with it. Because the question that you're asking is not to be confused. You're asking the question to be answered. And the answer should be clear. So when it's clear, we did it.
I have another question.
Yes, sir.
You had mentioned that a couple of other beings created the other universes, the other two universes. What planets were they from?
There's no English name for the name of the planets that they were from. Let's say it this way. Let's say this country has, 50 states? And if you say, well, you go to another country, they ask you, say, where are you from? You say, I'm from America. That entails, and the person knows right away, you from the United States. All the states make up the one America. You follow what I'm saying? So to tell you what planet, the knowledge at that particular time was so inclusive with each other or with itself that it's hard to identify any particular fraction of it. Because no fraction was greater than the other. Although it did have a name. And where it was with God himself, the supreme being.
Sorry, you lost me on that last part there. Where it was with the Supreme Being. Can you clarify that, please?
Yes, sir. The supreme being was in his fullness at the time, being a man, spiritually, mentally, and physical. And he was at his own place. And they were there with him at the time that they asked. And because they asked, what they had done before they asked him is what gave them the permission to go. The name of the place, this English language, there's no word for it. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, sir.
So you asked me the name. The best that I'm able to give you at this time, or share with you at this time, is that it's like a whole. Like you say, well, where are you from? I'm from America. Well, you can say, well, I'm from Idaho. Where's Idaho in America? You name the state, but the state is so in harmony with all the other states. One thing, just say America. I don't know. You understand?
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
All right, let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. The place where they were at was not as important as their ability to leave and go do something that no one else had done. The place was so insignificant that it does not match the ability of these two men and the existing God that gave permission. So that's almost like insignificant. However, to answer you, that yes, it did have a name. However, in this English language, I don't know how to say it. I'd have to come in like a bird. You see, you say, well, I thought you knew the language of the birds. I have to speak like the bird. Do you understand it? Well, no, Father, you should translate it. Well, I'll do that later. Is that understood? You still don't understand it.
I'm satisfied with the answer. Thank you, sir. I do understand everything that you said so far.
Okay.
One last question is,
and let me say this. What I said, the name of it was Gypsy Block. I mean, what would you say? You say, oh, Father, that ain't the name of it. Then I ask you, how you know? You see, however, the answer that I did give, it's an answer that you can relate to. Because if it hasn't been all these trillions of years, nobody had been given permission to go out and create another universe, not a planet, another universe. That's the important thing, not the place. If you understand. It's like me, you asked me, Father, do you have $1 million? I said, yeah. Well, I need a penny. What the heck you asked me for $1 million? Well, I'm a millionaire. Don't even carry no money. But you come and ask me, Father, you got a nickel? The nickel is so insignificant, I ain't got it. I can get it because I got a whole bunch of them that adds up to be millions of dollars and billions of nickels. You got it? Okay. Yes, sir. Did I answer your question, brother? You got another one? Okay. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
First question, Father. During the deportation of the moon, what did the black man do to survive such a terrific explosion?
He was in the earth. He was in the earth, and most of them died. There are some parts of the earth that type of radiation don't bother. It's like a shield. It wasn't that he was on the outside of the earth. They were living on the outside of the earth. And when the big explosion took place, they killed everybody around, and the radiation so great, they wiped out the rest of everybody else. But he was inside. At that time, they was in and out. It was inside. And that's how they could go halfway to the planet with the drill. They was already in. You got some drilling down, some drilling up. Why did he show you how to do it? Look at what is the English channel going from France over there, from England to France. They met each other. But we think so spooky. So that's why everybody didn't get killed. Now, the one that thought of it to do that, he got killed. Wiped him out. If that answers the question.
Yes, sir. The second question, when you shared with us that when Elijah Muhammad needed help, he asked you for help and you sent him Malcolm X first. Then when he asked for help again, you sent him Farrakhan. My question to you is, will you have someone of those same type of qualities to help you in your work?
No, sir. This is you. I'm not going to need no help in my work. You're going to need the help. I'm here to help you. Since I am giving the all in all, how could you help me? The only thing you could do is help. What you're doing is helping you. It's not helping me. Because whether you make it or not, I'm going to make it. What it does do for me, it causes me to be very pleased that what I'm doing, you like it. That makes me feel very pleased. But as far as helping me, you don't know how to help me. In order to actually help me, you have to have the knowledge that I have and the power that I have to actually help me. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you all can't. I'm not accepting it. I'm not. Whatever you do, if I said, look, we need so and so money to do so and so and so. You say, well, I'm giving this to Father because I got a couple of brothers send me money, send it my name and everything else. I don't told them 2 or 3 times. Don't do that. Just send it in the United Nations Islam. But Father, I love you. I understand that. However, obedience. What it does, you are making me think that you have something special for me. Now, I should return something special to you. And I'm not a special man. I'm not specialist like that. That's another way to trap me up. Father, you owe me one. You see? So it's better that you just give it. Now, United Nations Islam, that's you. And if I need anything from the United Nations Islam, I'll get it after I put it in. If you understand. Yes. Now, as far as you being with me and being like me, that's not helping me. That's being like me, being God. God helps those who helps them. So if you're helping yourself, I help you. It don't read, you help God if God helping himself. In other words, I'm not trying to be arrogant, only describing how the language is. If you see me as like you can really help me, I can't be a lot. I might be a God, I might be a good brother. But if I'm really the all in all, how can you help me? Yes, sir. You can acknowledge what I'm doing and be a part of it. Yes, and sir. You will be helped. Yes,
sir. Father, do you ever grant private audiences for someone to speak to you one-on-one?
Yes, sir. As long as you promise not to eat me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. I've been doing it for some time. Private, in the person, on the phone. You have that right as long as what you are asking me to do or asking of me is genuine. If it's not genuine and you're taking up my time, then that'll come back on you. I'll remember you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love to talk to the brothers. Sometimes they bring me aware. They say, my father, so-and-so. Oh, you ready? Oh, that's where I put that power. Okay, bro. I get it back.
So then all we have to call you on the 1-800 number to have that private audience, or?
Yes, sir. Now, this is what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
When you call the dreaded secretary, he's going to ask you, what's the nature of your call? I called to speak to Father. I'll ask you again, what's the nature of your call? Well, it's private. How private? Get off the phone, brother. Well, I can't let you speak to Father like that in that tone. Now, what is it? Well, I want to speak to Father, but it's something very private, and I want to speak to God. All right, hold on. Father, change his voice. He get to a point when he come back and say, well, you can talk to Father so-and-so time or something like that. That's how it works. Okay?
Thank you, Father.
Yes, sir. And you know one thing? Take notice. I'm not speaking from no anger. Very seldom I do. Most people that speak to, even the preachers, I listen to preach, it's just, they don't feel like they're preaching unless they're into it. You be saying, man, people know all that energy into it. He ain't saying nothing. And I heard that, somebody, they got the hit out on me, right? Did y'all know that? They got the hit out on the kid. Yeah. I said, boy, look at this. So they called me up, my daughter put all the phone numbers up on the net. And it had a couple of idiots to call me. It might be the one that put it up there. He come on. Said, who is this? He said, is this Royall? I said, who is this? Is this Royall? I said, who is this? I'm head from the Internal Revenue. I said, click. Now I thought to myself, because people do that. That's them. First place, Internal Revenue don't do that. They'll send you a nice letter. Tell you, look, no need to go to your bank. We have seized the account. They don't call. Please be. They do not call you. They might give you a number you to call them. So right away I said, somebody's crazy. So then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Maybe I should have talked to the brother. He called back. This time he put Minister Parker on it. Or really it was Lewis. He was going off. All this power he had, he's in hell. What he's not going to allow to take place. He ain't got no punks and faggots with him. I was listening. He's playing this on him. I was listening. So next time he called, he hung up. He cut it off. I hung up. He called again. This time my wife answered. You don't want to hear this? My wife answered the phone. Now we were sitting at a dinner table. We was laughing, having a good time, snacking on a little bit. He called back. He started playing it again. He said he just started playing it. So my wife said, can you put it a little closer to the speaker? I can't hear it. So that played. He cut it off. We hung up again. Now we're riding towards the home. Phone ring again, right? I said, give it this, Dr. Peach. She likes that kind of stuff. Flip it open. Yeah. Mr. Parker on all that Lewis. He wailing. I said, man, look at this. Then the brother come on. Now that's where the power is. Don't you agree? She said, oh, of course. That's where you see it. He said, oh, okay, Assalamu alaikum. My point is that all this power, force, and energy that he was coming across with, but he ain't getting nothing done. And he's calling the man that is the man. No, whoever's believing that he's the man, he's calling the man, telling me about another man that's not a man. He's a male. And the sisters subdue him. If they came like, don't you call here anymore. They would still been calling. And Dana just loves it anyhow. Oh, we got some controversy? Let me have the phone. So very seldom you see me that way. And if I am, it's serious. I'm either making a change, and you all haven't grown enough for me to actually really justify it by you. I have to justify it by the time. The bus is leaving at 9:10, and you come there at 9:11. Bus got to go. So if I'm the bus driver and I know you're supposed to come on, you ain't showing up, now I'm getting a little fired up. Because you are not taking it as serious as you should. So the time now has got me being fired up because you ain't showed up. So when you see me that way, a change is coming. But you don't know it because you lollygagging around. You got it? Yes, sir. And you don't hear me jumping up and down by white folks? If you did what they did with the same diligence, we would already be in heaven. Yes, sir, young man.
Father, I'd like to ask you a question. And the thing before I start, I'd like to say, one of the reasons I believe in these teachings is that when I used to read some of the Messenger's books, some of the things he touched on, you can't have a third grade education to go there.
That's right.
You really got to be divinely taught. One of the things that really interests me when he talks about the deportation of the moon and how the moon could be grinded back into a fine dust back into the earth, I said, nah, no third grade education takes you there.
That's right.
So it was the science and the math that said this is something special. So my question is how fast does the thought travel?
Averagely, it's 24 billion miles per second, average. And that's why. You want me to tell you why? Because that's the circumference of the earth. In other words, you want to make sure nothing happens where there's a lapse of time that don't give you time enough to respond. You see? So it used to travel at 78 and 98 billion miles per second. Per second. Per second. But that's going so fast, it's useless less on a little small planet like this. You know, it'd be like you getting a great big jackhammer to kill a roach.
Almost 3 times as fast. It's too fast.
Yes, sir. It's too fast. And it keeps you always up out of the reality of where you are. That's why when I came to solve this problem, to make sure that I'm in accord with time and with nature and with the mathematics of it, that I had to come looking and being almost like nothing. So I could blend in and start the process to bring you up. But if I came as I really am, it would be like, you're gone. I don't know how to explain it to you. For real, for real, for real. If I came in my fullness, just came, you automatically be gone. It wouldn't be no life on this planet. I'm telling you the truth. Remember, I'm new. And the only thing that will make me new is that I don't have no negative me, myself, in all of my being, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I don't have no negative that's me. That's me. I don't have it. That makes me new. So if I came all the way, full, wide open, all the way, complete, I couldn't save nothing. I couldn't even control it. You know, I'm walking along the street the other day, and I put my foot down, and I seen the ant. I twist my ankle real quick to keep him hitting me. I don't know how many I killed when I wasn't looking. You see what I'm saying? Just for the weight of me, I don't intend to kill the ants. But I'm walking around talking to somebody that don't know it, and I heard some squeak. Ooh. I'm sorry, Mr. Ant. Just the way I couldn't help it. And if I saw him, I avoid him. So I come with you weighing nothing. So if I lean on you and tell you I'm God, you say, oh yeah, right. Don't, but very little happen to you. Unless the scientists say, we ain't taking that. This guy is messing with our insurance. This man is supposed to end death. I'm tired of seeing my children die or my children seeing me die. We're tired of this up and down, round and round. This man is the insurance to make sure that stops. So I'll be damned if I'm going to let him talk to him like that. Get him, take his tongue out. You all got it? I mean, you really got it. So that's another thing with like the scientists. They love me because I'm their insurance. I'm killing the last, or I'm destroying the last enemy of the supreme being or the original Allah. That is death. I'm destroying it. In a little while, you can't die if you wanted to. You just can't even kill yourself. And that's what the intelligence wants. Perpetual life and perpetual youth like the water. Still looks brand new. Been here for trillions of years, brand new. I'm going to do the same thing to you. Yes, sir.
During your speech, monologue, you mentioned the 12th tribe as opposed to the other 11. The 12th tribe is the greatest of that tribe. Would that be the people who are sitting here in the wilderness of North America?
No, sir. No, sir. The greatest are the ones from the 13th. They were so great that the enemy wouldn't even talk about it. You know, like the enemy do by Elijah, they don't even talk about it. Man's bad, man. Because God raised him up. They won't talk about it. They might let you come on the show and you talk about it, but they ain't going to talk about it. They ain't going to talk about Elijah. So it's the same thing with the 13th tribe. That's the God tribe. The 12th tribe is the rulers of what God has given the vision of. You know, it's like you got this building and then you got the police. They don't own the building, but you mess up. The owner don't come. Police come. So the 12th tribe, that's why they say it's 12 inches on the ruler. That's the rulers. And most people that is Leo, that's in the 12th tribe, bad people. When I say bad, using this language, they are God. I mean, them people is something else. Because they're so in harmony and so in tune with the Supreme Being that He's always giving them a lot of things. And they're so just in how they distribute it, everybody loves them. Because they always, what God gives them, they like multiply and give it out to the people in a justified way. So if you're a Leo and you're in the 12th tribe, I'm looking for you. Got some things to give you. You know, it stops God from doing everything, you know, going, you know, like the government do give you the cheese. I mean, they ain't there doing it. They have somebody do it for them. but they got it from him. Same thing.
Well, I could stay here all day, but I'll just ask one last question, then I'll be out.
Yes, sir.
If on the average, and we're saying that a thought moves at 24 billion miles a second, at least that's in our circumference, in our world.
Yes, sir.
What is the term used for that type of speed? Whereas 186,000 miles, the speed of light, what is the term for 24 billion miles a second? Or is there? Is there a language to express it?
I don't know other than that. No, sir. I don't. In other words, I don't know of any particular term that you apply to that other than actually giving the mathematics of that particular function.
Which is clear, 24 billion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Assalamualaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
I want to ask a question and I want to get permission to make a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. My comment is I want to first of all thank you for allowing me to come back into this idea. And I had written a poem for you. However, I'm going through the protocol to make sure it's right for me to present it to you. And my question is, I gave birth to my second child. Well, she was born in her bag when she arrived in the world. And I want to ask the significance of that. And I gave birth to her at 7 months.
Well, that could be a lot of things. In other words, it wasn't by my permission, nor was it no grand scheme in the plan. You know, the child, if it lives, it can still be very, very great. That could be because of what you were thinking, what you were eating, how you got pregnant, when you got pregnant, what kind of stress you was going through while you were carrying the pregnancy. It has a lot of things, a lot of variation to determine it. However, it did not come from no special thing from me. Very seldom we do things special. We let it go through what we already set up, and mathematics always ensures us success. 9 months is the term. And you're supposed to carry it in your womb. No other place other than the proper place. In this way, we're always assured that everything should turn out right. If there's a slight variation, it's been so close, it don't take much to correct it. So what I would say in your particular situation is that the child comes out, the child is in good health.
Yes, sir.
So then you say, well, all praise is due to Allah. We'll work from here. And whatever the child is to be, if it is to be special, we'll see. If it's not, we'll see. However, it is my child, and I shall be his mother and bring it up right.
Yes, sir.
That's the best you can do.
Yes, sir.
If I say, yes, the child is special, you couldn't do nothing about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May I make a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to share with you that I've come into I'm trying to figure the right way of expressing this.
Just say it.
It's okay, yes, sir. I'm coming into more and more light of yourself and into the knowledge. And things take place in my mind that I would say this. A lot of times when I hear you speak, I sometimes know just about how you're going to end the idea expression. And I would like to know the significance. I'm not saying that I'm special. I just would like to get some clarity of it.
Well, it's like playing music. You know, the drummer walks up, you haven't heard the song, you haven't heard the tune, he lends his ear, pops right in. And you start, you got it. In other words, it means that once you start becoming in harmony with the truth, the way that it is delivered from me, then it has a flow. And you just about can be accurate as to what I'm going to say before I say it. So that's very good. However, what is better is that the black man wake up, we go ahead and produce this foundation and place you in it. Not only can you think it, you can participate or be active in it. Meaning that not when you hear me say something, when you're doing something for yourself or for the community or for the nation, or just being active. You say, well, I wonder how I should do this. And the thought comes up, you do it so and so and so and so. Oh, it ain't thinking about me. and what I'm going to say. But you're so in tune with it, with the rhythm of what's being done. You don't have to go ask, well, Sister Captain, what should I do? Then you go and call the captain up, Sister Captain, we're doing so and so and so and so and so. And I brought in so and so and so and so. Yeah, it looks like that's going to work. Is that approved? Oh, yes, I never thought of that. Then after a while, Sister Captain said, well, look, whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it. You can tell me after you do it. Because whatever you do, I know it's going to be right. You see what I'm saying? Yes, that's when you have stepped beyond somebody else disciplining you. Your own thinking does it because you're thinking right.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Father.
Yes, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. And we are producing that place. It may have looked like it's been going slow. But it is about to take on a growth spurt. And if you haven't come with this and it's going slow, I don't know what to say. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
I'd like to bear witness to what
Just
you
a minute. Wait, hold a minute.
Yes, sir.
Would you give the sister behind you the mic? She has a question. Would you give her more card?
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
The brother came to my house a week after my husband died, Brother Melvin, and he told me, we're looking for brothers from the first generation. I said, you could have one of my sons. So I spoke to my son, and I gave him the papers and everything. So he came back, and I went to the meeting. So he said, I'm going to try it. I said, go for it. So I found myself, since he been there, it made him a better man. And since he came home, he been home around 3 weeks ago. In 1 week, I lost 13 pounds. Then he told me, don't worry, Mommy. I'm going to tell Father to pray for you. When I went to the doctor said, I don't believe this here. In 15 years, you had that mass in your lung, and it's gone. My son said, Father did that. And I'm letting you know, all the people that want to be a new person here, the knowledge is vitamins. And a lot of people are not ready for the knowledge. And when a lot of people see you waking up, a lot of people don't want to be your friend because you're waking up to reality. And that's what it is. So don't let nobody tell you that this man is crazy. This man is not crazy. He knows what he's talking about. May Allah bless you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm Brother Omar's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Well, all types of things like that happen for you. You know, it just happens for you if you're genuine. And I love to do things that way because I got something to look forward to. Yes, sir.
Father, today I have a renewed understanding of the importance of checking.
Oh, yes, sir.
And it is important because the things that we do to magnify right, we can rest assured that there is a negative force that would not want us to have right expressed. And unwanted defects and details can very easily creep in if we don't check and have our attention on those kinds of things. And because that happened today, Father, I'd like to apologize to you for a defect that may have come to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'd like to also thank you, Father, for some very, very positive and encouraging things taking place in my life right now that are going to assist me in my area up in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to magnify this idea more so. And part of that, in magnifying the idea for all of us, the Quran has been in the news lately. And recently, there's some required reading for students at the University of North Carolina and whatnot, and with the Christian world and the priests and all of this, and the need for there to be a peacemaker. Would you speak to us, Father, on the United Nation of Islam as being the peacemakers?
Yes, sir. We're the only nation or the only people that is expressing the nature of Allah himself. And Allah's nature is automatically peace because he's so powerful. What could upset him? He can upset you, but you can't produce anything to upset him, so he's automatically always at peace. Now, I'm talking about for black people. We do have this entity called Satan. That's when I may lose or place aside the peace. But it's calculated. Nobody don't break my peace, and they broke it. So I respond. So since they know this, and we should know it, when there is a need for us, or when there is a willingness to accept us as being that, we're the only ones that can do it, because we have the knowledge, we have the purpose, we have the vision, we have the aim, and we have the power of Allah with you. So we can bring about peace. Like the brother said, boy, you got to go to court. The judge may sit there like he's the real judge, but he's judging my child. And my child only did what he told him to do. Now he's going to judge him for it. So my child told me, Dad, I'm never going to do that again. I'm not going to do that. Well, why you not? Because I know it's wrong. This is how I know it's wrong. Oh, okay. Well, go to the judge. Let him tell you that your sins has been forgiven. This way the judge ain't mad. Now you really happy. Because you found out your dad got power over the judge. So everything is peaceful. Yes, sir. So, yes, sir. We're the only. What qualifies us to be the peacemaker? Because we have the knowledge and the vision and the power. And you don't look for nobody else. If you all that's with me or that know anything, if you really get into a real die-hard situation, you don't have to go blow your brains out like other people. You say, well, I didn't want to call that United Nations. All right, God, I have to call them. And I said, well, you took all the time to call me? Well, Father, I'm in a hell of a situation. I said, well, I am too. I'm talking with you. Well, what we gonna do, Father? Well, let me see. Well, I'm gonna do this. Might be wise if you do that. But then I'm out of the hell, they out. You see? Real simple. If they already know me, and some of the dummies think, well, white folks don't know what you're doing. They write about me almost every day in the paper. They never say nothing negative. Never. Is that right, Brother Secretary? And when they would start writing about us out in Kansas, I said, tell them before they put it in the paper, bring it and let us read it. And they did it. So the secretary would read it on me on the phone somewhere after he done corrected it. And they take the correction. Not that they wouldn't tell. We didn't tell them what to say. We told them how to say it without the negative in it. And they said, oh, thank you. I've never seen this said like that before. Well, you welcome. And they write it just the way we said. Peacemakers.
Father, if I may also, for a number of us that are here, that were also at the flag raising, I'm sure I can speak for them to thank you for the expression that you permitted us to see when the breeze took the flag up, because that I know assisted me and many of us to confirm that you are Allah in person in our midst at this time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Well, did the other flag wave too? Didn't move? There he is. We can go home now. We got the high priest. Yes, sir.
Salam alaikum, brother Salam. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
And you look good. Welcome.
You hear that, baby? Okay. Thank you.
And you look good.
Thank you.
And welcome to New York.
Thank you.
And I would have been here earlier. Got all the traffic on the FDR was all backed up, so I couldn't get here to get the beginning of everything. Yes, okay. Sir. So I would like for you to see that I get the video.
Video?
Yeah, video.
Yes, sir. The Chief Secretary?
Yeah.
Or Brother William?
Okay. Let's get a copy. No, I'm gonna make my contribution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We knew that.
All right.
You're an honorable man. We know.
Okay. Sir. That's number one. Number two, I had called you quite a few times. I never can get through with you. It's always, you're busy. Oh, can't reach you. Can't get in touch with you. These are the kind of stories. Because I want to have a one-on-one conversation with you.
Oh, you do?
You and I. Yeah, you and I.
Okay, now.
Let's talk. We can have
a
God equality conversation.
All right, let me say this so make sure next time you call, you get through. Okay. When you call, what do they ask?
Now, the secretary, him and I, we conversate.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
So you're keeping the calls from me, huh?
We recovery.
Yes,
But I
sir.
never can get to talk to you.
All right. Well,
Out of respect. I'm talking about respect.
I'll give him a time so when you call, he'll give it to you so you can actually talk to me.
Okay.
And we can just have a talk.
Okay. Now one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Now I went through a lot of changes getting here. Me and the Queen.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I was all backed up and everything. Okay. No problem. 'Cause I'm coming to see you. All right.
Right.
When I get here, I got treated like I had a Uzi in my bag, mace, atomic, whatever.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm coming upstairs in the elevator. I'm unarmed. I'm marched into the bathroom. Okay. I don't know if they might have thought I was an Arab terrorist or whatever.
Yeah.
And 3 to 4 brothers and shake me down in the bathroom like I got an Uzi. And now, every time you come to New York, I come with love, peace, and understanding.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was that an order from you, or is that your regular technicality? Because one brother said, "Well, the Father's waiting for you," has been and asked, "Were you here?" And now, was that a direct order for you to check me out thoroughly,
No,
or was
sir.
that your regular routine?
No, sir. Well, this is what's been happening. Melchizedek.
Shabazz Allah.
Shabazz Allah. Your brother here has been under a vicious attack.
But you God, you don't worry about that.
Wait a minute.
You're the Lord. You don't worry about that.
All right. And I said I didn't get it ordered. I'm explaining to you what happened to you. It was not coming from me. I have some people that say, "Well, Father, we love you." Then they say, "Well, look, hey, you under that kind of attack? Anybody that comes against you that we have known, we're going to check them out." I don't have to say nothing. They just automatically do it. What would be best next time is say, "Well, listen, if I'm coming, you coming to a meeting, whatnot, call the secretary and say, 'Brother Secretary, I'm coming to the meeting. I don't mind going through the check. But make sure that it's not above and beyond what is called for. Because I'm the high priest. And if you don't do that, I'm going to tell Father like you're telling me now. I'll check it out." But what I'm saying is what took place. What I'm saying is what took place. I'm saying this now. If I'm wrong, whoever did this, you let me know. We're checking. The brothers are checking just about everybody that come in because of the blatant attack that's coming against me. I know I'm Allah. I didn't say, "Well, look, check everybody thoroughly," because I'm nervous. They doing this for you. Because if you slip through and make the wrong move, everybody gonna sit back and relax. I might glance at you, then have to go give you CPR. Other words, really, and you know this for yourself. Even with what you're doing, if somebody was really to come to really hurt you, whatnot, you wouldn't be too afraid because you are Allah. I'm the Allah. I don't have to fear either. However, we always take the precaution, those that really don't know. Like when I go to the hotel room, and knock, I go to the hotel room, my first impulse is just to open it. But I have other people in the room with me. So I show them, I peep with the keyhole, look. Say, "Oh, open the door and let them in." Now, every time that I'm by myself, and if any of y'all ever did this, this is how you tell. It should take a certain amount of seconds for the door to be open. So if you come and say, "Knock, knock, knock," I say, "I'm coming right there." Now you hear the voice away from the door. And before you know it, the door is open. So if I had stopped and peeped, that'd taken up time. Then unlock the door and then let you in. You say, "Well, he looked for the keyhole or looked for the porthole or people," right? Well, every time I'm by myself, I just open it. "Oh, come on in." Because whoever and whatever is standing on the other side of that door, if it's a lion, I'm going to say, "How did you knock?" Well, we're going to talk. So in other words, what happened to you is the love that's being shown to me. And it may be offensive to you. So if you and I, even from this taping now, if I ask for you, you don't know what I asked for. If I ask for you, when you speak with the secretary since y'all talk or whatnot, just let him know. Look, I appreciate it if it was different. I don't have anything against Father. I know he's not afraid of me. And there's no need for him to try to protect or you to protect him from me. And then we'll work from there. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't coming from me, and don't take it as an offense from the brother. Okay, you're man enough.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not complaining, but I just thought maybe that was some kind of direct assignment.
Oh, no, sir.
That's why I brought to your attention.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I think at all times,
Good.
okay, we should always, with the highest of respect and recognition, give and make known for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who raised us all. Regardless of how our growth was, our development, or our maturity, after we see, keep in mind that he is responsible for our growth, our development, and maturity. Regardless of how high we go, we must always give him that respect at all times. That's what I'm saying for Melchizedek Shabazz Allah.
All right. I agree with most of that. The part that needs to be fine-tuned, the messenger was only responsible for delivering the message. He was not responsible for your growth. He's not responsible for your continuous thinking. He's responsible to me for delivering the message. You say, well, to you, you wasn't there. You was following the messenger. I never followed the messenger. I was there with him. And I taught him in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I was in his person. This entity that you're looking at, that wasn't in this body, was in somebody else's body, raising up the message, raising him up to deliver the message. And the message was not to make you grow or our growth. Because if that's the case, the message has a boundary. You can only grow to the boundary, that's it. And the boundary does not supersede the boundary of white folks. So you will be permanently put in a place where you can never ascend above white folks. So my duty, like the message said, after me comes God himself. And God's duty is to make sure he develop you above and beyond the message where you can go above what the enemy has and take back what we own. So yes, we must always give thanks to our mother. However, the mother always has a father or a husband. If she had the right father, she makes a perfect mother. And regardless, if you're married, or if you brothers are married, if you pay attention, the biggest part of an argument always comes in on that part where they cannot be a man or be God. And that's the essence of things. Since they're not from the essence and they're from you, and you're the essence, that part in between there, they can't relate to it. And when you go to try to explain something to them, and it goes right up to where they were made, and you don't know how to go on the other side, you're going to have hell. They're going to say, well, look, my opinion just as good as yours. If you go back to, if you were able to go through that to the essence and show them from the God point of things, then they say, oh, hey, that's all right, baby. They got to submit because you're taking them someplace like they say no woman has gone. You see what I'm saying? You got to take them there. They can't go. So the same thing with the messenger. The messenger say, I'm the messenger of Allah. I'm not Allah. So I can't take you where Allah would take you. I can only introduce you to Allah. And I can do it in such a way that I'm confirmed that this man is my husband. I don't care what you say. This man is my man. But as far as him being man and what a man does is being God, I can't help you. He has to help me. You see? So what you're saying, to carry that all the way through the way you're saying it, you're putting a stopper on yourself. Right now, and this is no disrespect to the messenger, right now, you are greater than him. As far as we know, the messenger is past. You living. And I'd much rather have a living dog than a dead lion. You see? So the language has to be very careful.
You misunderstand my point. I said we should always give him that respect, regardless of our growth, development, and maturity after we receive the message. Naturally, we move on, we elevate, escalate, and go higher to other planes and realms of supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding. No problem with that. Naturally, we all develop or go into the directions of the I, God, self, Lord, and Master. No problem with that. But still in all, I still feel that he's just due respect. No matter how much we grow, how much we develop, or how much we matured, we always give respect to the one that brought the message. That's my point.
All right. Now I shall ask you, why are you saying this?
Because it seems like in your conversation, it's like you're trying to push that most honorable Elijah Muhammad to the side. And that's where we have a disagreement. And see,
right.
I won't go in depth with you on that because this is your audience, this is your lecture. That's why we have to have a brotherly, a godly, God equality conversation on the respect of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, regardless of how high we rise to being a true and living God.
Yes, sir.
That's okay with you?
It's fine with me. I don't know how it's going to be equal, but we'll have it.
All right. All right. So it's still good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Still good to see you. Welcome to New York. And whenever you come in the area, I'll be here to see you.
All right.
I'm going to take a trip down there and check out your economical program.
Yes, sir. Bring some money with you.
No, money's no problem. That's why they call me the high priest.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Salam alaikum, brother.
Call me. Yes, sir. Walaikum salam. Yes, ma'am. Walaikum salam.
Well, this is my first time here. But I did want to ask, what is the part that Minister Farrakhan, Salas Muhammad, Wallace D. Muhammad, all of them has played, or their purpose in this whole plan of things?
You ever sift flour?
Yes, sir.
You sift it to make sure you get the lumps out, right?
Yes, sir.
So the finished product will be smooth. It will absorb the water or the milk, and the eggs, and salt, and everything you put in, and all blend up together to become one. Is that right? Yes, all right. Then. So the sifting of the black man to find out who is God, that's our way of sifting him. Marcus Garvey, Father Divine, Daddy Grace. Read on down the line. Malcolm X, Wallace, Lewis, Farrakhan. Now we got to the end. Now I know who I can work with. I know since it's we have lessons and a question is asked. Who is the original man? And the answer is, if I'm not mistaken, the Asiatic black man. The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, and God of the universe. So by me coming after the cream of the planet Earth and the God of the universe, there must be a sifting to find out who really is this. So since this is so important, it took more than 2 weeks to do. It took a few years. So now, all before now, people could come and say, well, I'm Prophet Jones, I'm messenger this, I'm that, I'm the other. When I come, I say, I am what you've been waiting for. I'm not a prophet, I'm not a messenger, I am the supreme being. I am Allah, the new one. The new one. I'm the one that raised up Elijah to give the message. I'm the one that permitted the hypocrite to come to the message. Malcolm. I'm the one that allowed Marcus Garvey to come and start saying a few things. I'm the one that allowed Martin Luther King to come up to be in opposition to the message, to make sure we're sifting this black man. You see, I'm the one that allowed Jesse Jackson to come up with Lewis. We're still sifting. But now, when it got to me, where is everybody? I don't have nobody, I don't have no opposition. All of them put together, even with the high priest, can't tell you what I can. When they say this, I say that. When they say that, I say this. And then they don't say nothing else, and I still say this, that, and that, and this. In other words, that's the reason. That's the reason why. I'm not against them. However, what they did in their prior life and was allowed to be brought back, to repeat it or change it, they decided to repeat the same thing they did in their prior life that was opposed to right or to God. So since this is the fullness and the final of everything, you shall get your reward At this time, you get your reward. And if it means you're going to be destroyed or burnt, that's what's going to happen. If it means that you're going to be elevated to be the goddesses, that's what's going to happen. No more going around, no more passing and coming back, no more prior life. It's life forever. That's why there is no man that stands up in my face and says that he's leading any group or he's with Minister Farrakhan won't even talk to me. And don't want nobody talking to him about me. And I'm doing what he say he got, a nation of Islam. I got a United Nation of Islam, and I'm doing it. And I have knowledge that supersedes him because I went to him and told him. He said, I can't say nothing to that. I know you can't. That's why I told you. So you would have a gauge. So you would see, hey, this ain't no equal conversation like the priest wants. This is a conversation that's got a signature on it that's God. Now, if you're the man recognized by all spiritual people that you are divinely appointed to be in that seat, meaning that you're over everybody, all leaders, you're over that because you are sitting in the seat of the messenger. You're sitting in the seat of authority. And then I go to the seat and tell him, look, you're in the seat of authority, but I am the authority. Now, this is how. And he bows and says, I can't do anything with it. I got to say you're right. Well, when are you going to acquiesce in such a manner where everybody can benefit from it? Well, I can't let you have that. I can't let you take nothing from me. Well, I won't have to take it if you give it. And what you're giving, it ain't yours in the first place. And if you come to your right senses and actually make it available, I'm the giver. You'll be surprised what I got for you. But when you say, well, I understand, but I'm not telling nobody, I'm going to keep you a secret. I'm going to do my thing because I'm hot now. Everybody's chanting, Farrakhan, Farrakhan, Farrakhan. They don't want to hear nothing from you. I said, I don't want to hear nothing from me either. I want you to tell them because you're hot now. You see? So he said, well, look, I'm so hot, I don't have to mention you. I said, okay. Remember, if you ain't me, you're going to cool off. So that's what's happening. In other words, if he was of the right spirit and had the right love for his people, we would have been free already. But he has a love for him. He don't have no love for the black man. He has a love for money. That's what gives him, in his mind, power, not a law. And he's too blind to look around and see money is producing nothing but extreme misery. Extreme misery. And we made him pay a whole lot of it out just to stay alive. I don't know why he would do it. I just told him, you're going to die no how. I didn't tell you to give it over. But I would take you to the edge of it and let you teeter back and forth. I mean, I didn't just tell them. I told him to his face, to him. But see, he don't never come out and tell the people nothing. He don't say nothing about me. He don't say nothing. You know, it would stand to reason if you got a black man that say he loved black people and he's got a system in place. Not that he got a truck and he got a guard and now he's for black people. No, he's got a system in place. Like the people trying to get on me, he's talking about he got a banking system. He ain't got no bank. I didn't say I had a bank. I said I have a banking system. You see? Well, Satan talks to, where's his? His is from your pocket to his pocket. That's his system. And it don't come out of his pocket never to serve you. It don't get in my pocket. The system goes in and get more formulated. In other words, it goes into a system to make sure when you come, I can support you. So right now I'm lifting weights. Building up my muscles. So when you come, I got you. You can't fall, I got you. He said, the man got me. I ain't going no place. I said, okay, you don't have to go to work because I don't even get tired. I got you. But if I hadn't been getting ready and y'all come, you trampling me. I thought, I'm sick of these black people. Oh my God. What they say. You know, like Melchizedek say he can't get in touch with me. You know, most time he can't never get past the secretary. But I'll talk with him. He's a good brother. See, I teach people. So, you know, we call I know what Melchizedek is going through because we call the minister. Well, I'll return your call. He don't never call back. We call him and say, well, I'll pray over it. Now make sure you let us know what Allah said. He never let us know. Is that right, Brother Secretary? And even the officials, we call them. Say, look, so and so is going to happen. Now get ready. Now you should call me. Okay, I'll return the call. Never return. But if I'm doing what I'm doing with the system, and he's supposed to be doing the same thing, and he ain't doing it, but I am. How come he don't say something about me? How come he don't say something about me? You know why? Because he thinks the money gonna come to me. He don't know me. And you can't ride it with so many cars. You can't live in with so many homes. You can't wear with so many suits. So if he said, well, look, if he comes and said, well, look, Royall, everything that I'm doing, everything, look, I'm turning over, which he's going to do anyhow. It's already written. It's already written. It's already written. Adonijah came to Solomon and said, look, matter of fact, he was scared to come to Solomon. He sent word. Hey, go tell Solomon, if he don't take my life, I'll give it up. And I said, what? He's trying to make a deal with God. If I don't take his life, I don't want his life. Tell him, don't worry about it. He came over. I'm giving it up. I said, okay, go to your house. But if he had done it from his heart and gave it, I said, oh, thank you. Now, you would never want for nothing for the rest of your life. For the rest of it. You can't even think of anything that you would want that you wouldn't have. You don't believe this, do you? I would have loved to do that. Sometimes I think about it, I get to chill. Oh, boy, I would like for that to happen. Yeah. That's what happened.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. What time is it? Time. What? We got to get out of here. I know y'all tired sitting in these hard chairs. If you ain't, I would be.